It's a lovely Wednesday morning. Look at the sun shining through the doors. It's supposed to be a cold one today, so I think I'm going to spend my day doing some welding, some much needed welding on this bed and fabricating. Last night I came out and I made those pieces, which should enable me to get the visual I need to build the back where I'm going to put taillights and stuff. And I'm considering putting a toolbox there, but I gotta do some thinking on that too. You know how it is. Always thinking. But there's plenty of welding to do, so I need to finish welding up that tailgate. And one thing I've learned is when you're welding, stuff's gonna move. Some people think if you just weld real slow it won't move. Bullcrap. It moves. So I'm going to have to do some counteracting heating to straighten that, I think. But I ain't too worried about it. We'll get her. We'll get her. Well, let's get busy on something here. And this project, that's going to be in a separate video. This is not mine. This is a guy I know I work with at work. And he likes cool vehicles, but he's not as mechanically inclined as I. And that's okay. You know, you got to proselytize a little bit. You got to keep this hobby alive. I got to investigate. I think our master cylinder might have the wrong bore size for optimum performance. The brakes work alright, but they work alright in a way, but they don't weigh enough. But that's a separate video. Separate video. Alright, I'm going to go to work on this thing. Oh yeah. Ain't that bad in here, but it's like 30 something outside. What does that say? 46. We'll warm it up a little bit. Alright. This thing has recently had a power brake conversion and disc brake conversion. And how it acts right now is the pedal's kind of soft. You can stomp on the brakes as hard as you want to. I mean, it stops alright, but it won't lock the brakes. Which leads me to believe that you're not getting maximum stopping power, which is handy in a panic stop. To a degree, if somebody's not used to anti-lock brakes, they might lock up the wheels and wipe out. But this thing won't lock the wheels. So my theory is, I'm pretty sure that master cylinder has a 1-inch bore. My theory is to go with a larger bore master cylinder, like 1 1/8 inch, and that should move more volume of fluid to the calipers and stiffen the pedal. And it just so happens I got one. And the reason I got one was there was 2 kits bought for this truck. One which didn't ever come in with a booster for some reason, but this second kit that was ordered did. So I'm going to put the master, which appears to be the same other than the bore size, on there and see if that don't fix our braking issue. As I said, my friend lets his wife drive this thing, and well, anybody who drives it ought to be able to stop at maximum capacity, in my humble opinion. Also, I erroneously stated it doesn't have a choke, but it does. It's just a manual choke. I don't know if it works or not. I'll check that out. now I'm playing with art materials and scissors and crayons. Well, not crayons, but, you know, Sharpie. Actually, not even a Sharpie. What is it? Anyway, Inksol. Those things work pretty good. And I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute. What? Alright, this is what I'm thinking. It's kind of hard to do one-handed and get it lined up right, but I'm going to make a piece of sheet metal and put in there, which will line up with the one on that side, and I'll have my turn and backup in it. And I'm going to use these old, well, they ain't real old, but Signal Stat lights made in New York or Toronto. Either way, ain't China. Stainless steel. Oh, and this happened to be the perfect diameter to draw the circle, so it's set down in there. So I'm going to make those out of sheet metal now. I set up the GoPro up there and showed you what I was doing. Now the lights will fit. I done checked it in there. This is only 20 gauge. I almost wish I'd have built it out of something heavier, but it's going to be attached here, here, and here, and have lights stiffening it up, so it seems like it ought to be good enough. And I'll use up some metal I had lying around. I'm going to weld these corners though to stiffen it up. I'm going to double check my fitment and do that. Alright, now I'm getting ready to see how these things work. It's a little 1/4 inch drill and tap. I don't know. Let's see. Well, here's what I say about it. Works pretty dang awesome. Although I can see you better buy a bunch of them because they won't last long. Well, I bought these super bright, supposedly LED backup light bulbs, but I can't figure out what the heck I did with them. Anyways, I was going to put it in that light, let the inside one be the backup lights. But since I can't find the bulb, I'm just going to put the lens on so I can see how I like it. And I'll find the bulb sooner or later. Probably by episode 675 or something like that. Well, I was right about one thing. Those things work pretty good, but you better have a bunch of them. I just broke that one off. I was going to drill it and tap them too and then show you how slick it worked, but I guess can't do her now. Alright, call me crazy, but I found a nice spiral tap in there, and I welded a quarter inch drive socket on there. When it cools off, I'm going to try to use my impact. See if that works. Well, that works pretty doggone good. Let me see if I can do it one-handed here. Yeah, I know, I gotta go for it. Huh! I broke it! Doggone it! That's what I get for doing it one-handed. Ah, that was working slick too. Ah, well. Let me see if I got another. Alright, there it is. I think I like it. Now, I intended, and I may still do it, put the original lights there. The original style lights. But that would have left, if I didn't put anything here, a lot of dead space. And I think I'm going to build a box, a toolbox for right there. I don't know, obviously it's not like an original, but then again, ain't a whole lot on this truck that is original, like original. Alright, I'm going to have to stop operations. It's getting ready to rain. I need to put this thing under cover. I'm not going to work on it until the rain passes in a few days, and hopefully the shifter comes in. Look at a smudge on my leg. That's better, kinda. So anyways, I'm going to pull that out, get it under cover before it rains, get the cover on it. And hopefully the cats will stay out of it. Well, I didn't get the Bronco out any too soon. Got that under cover just in time. But I was a little slack on that. It went to raining on it, but that's alright. Ain't gonna hurt it. It's a driver. I did get my sheet metal back inside, which was in the dually. But I was gonna leave it in the dually until I got it in smaller pieces, but I can't do that in the rain, so I guess I'll just have to make do with what I got here. What have you got?
A wasp.
A wasper. Well, anyway, stick them in your pocket and see what happens. You know what he's doing, right?
No.
It's like 30-something degrees out there. Well, I don't know where you got him from, but he's cold and lethargic. As soon as he warms up good in here, he's going to go to wearing your butt out. You want to wait and see?
No, I think I'll throw him back outside.
I think that might be a good idea.